Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And we have an interesting article here from Seeking Alpha. Verizon's communications, a new 10-year cycle is starting now. So we are in a new generation of wireless technology, a new decade. And now it's up for grabs for anybody. And we know strongly now, by perception, T-Mobile is winning that perception. And if the FAA and FCC don't come to a solution and there is a further delay, even a month or 2 months, then that perception will further grow for T-Mobile. Yes, Verizon is going to continue deploying C-band, so is AT&T. And T-Mobile will continue deploying N41. The difference is T-Mobile has the difference-making performance now. The performance is making a difference right now. Every week that goes by, new N41 comes on air, and it's a performance difference that's big. And the consumer is taking notice. And T-Mobile is telling a story, and they're pushing a story into the market, and they're winning perception. They said it in the last quarterly earnings that they're closing the perception gap quite quickly, and they may have already surpassed Verizon in terms of the 5G perception. So the last few years, as you will see here in the summary, the market has disfavored Verizon. Now, that's very opinionated and debatable in terms of disfavoring Verizon. They were the leader during LTE. They really were. They started it first, then they had scale, then they started the XLTE deployment, which was their mid-band, and then ever since 2015, they've just been densifying that footprint massively. So they really had a winning, leading product. They really did. And T-Mobile admitted it. T-Mobile said it during some of the analyst days, a Q&A. They got to the number one leading market share in the top 50 markets overall with an inferior product. They know they had an inferior product during that time. Where it gets tricky now for Verizon, all the noise that T-Mobile made throughout that decade, all the marketing, all of the Dumb and Dumber wording has really bought T-Mobile time to now actually level the playing field. It took them 2 mergers, the Metro PCS acquisition. They gained infrastructure in some markets. They got more PCS spectrum from that purchase. So that was good. But the big one now is the Sprint one. That's a big one because, as Neville Ray mentioned, no two networks are alike. There will be coverage sites that will fill in very quickly for T-Mobile. They now have a insane amount of spectrum on the mid-band side. And they're going to utilize that, and they're going to leverage it quite quickly. They have radios on air now that can hold wider channels in terms of running the network more efficiently. So that's what Verizon is going to be tasked with over this next 10 years, is an actual strong competitor. T-Mobile was a scrappy competitor during the last decade that did not have a product of the same quality and the same size of Verizon. They just did not. In early 2013, 2014, nobody was touching Verizon on size of network. Not even AT&T was touching Verizon. Verizon was the undisputed leader, where in most markets, up to about 50-60%, both AT&T and T-Mobile were still HSPA. Verizon was LTE across the entire market. It was low band for most of that decade, but they got mid band going and then they densified. Now AT&T and T-Mobile have caught up, but AT&T actually had the capex to really push and really make a dent into that leadership of Verizon in terms of network size. And they're still behind per crowdsourced in overall network size, and they're still behind, and they've been funding that capex quite heavily. So T-Mobile was the scrappy competitor during LTE. Now they've taken on the leadership based on the spectrum that they've gained and the Sprint keep sites. We'll see what Verizon does over the next decade to combat that competition. Because now T-Mobile will have the network and the scalability to really, really take some serious share from Verizon where it hurts. And that's that premium segment. In rural United States, where there's really no other competitor, the customer there pays the price they have to pay to get the network. If T-Mobile comes in with a cheaper offering, and as they say, a superior network now with this added capacity and spectrum, the customer may switch. They may end up switching. Now, T-Mobile still has a ways to go. Don't get me wrong. They still have plenty of coverage, footprint to match. They still have to iron out issues on their end, but it's going to get a lot tougher for Verizon over this next 10-year cycle, with the fact that analysts and a market that has disfavored them during a time where a competitor in T-Mobile, and analysts have very openly let it be known that they favored T-Mobile during those few years. They really favored a carrier that had an inferior product. Now that carrier has a product that's actually going to be worth mentioning. I mean, even Root Metrics is coming out now saying, hey, T-Mobile is stepping it up. They're getting better. Their 5G availability, the speeds are ramping up quite quickly. That should, get Verizon's attention. And I don't know why it hasn't. We'll see how they respond. There are some changes happening at Verizon. We recently had some shuffling at the CEO for the consumer group. Now the human resources is being swapped out and changed. Now that doesn't necessarily affect what we discuss on the channel, but it's just pointing out that changes are coming to Verizon, and they're coming very quickly. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Do you think it's going to be a lot tougher over this new 10-year cycle, with T-Mobile being a real choice now for a lot of people in areas where they previously weren't? So let me know in the comment section down below. Look forward to reading your comments. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you are notified when I do upload content. Make sure to follow my social media outlets for more updates and interactions. Thanks again for watching. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.